There's one point in time where you were trying to get people to do a pause on AI.
I mean, I signed on to a letter that someone else wrote. I didn't think that people would actually pause.
But you thought it was probably a good idea if they did.
I mean,
I think so,
yeah.
too.
I mean, making some sort of digital superintelligence seems like it could be dangerous.
It certainly has the potential. And certainly has the potential. Well, when you were talking about the what this mind virus, how it was able to propagate through the social media and being in control of social media platforms. Yeah. Think about what that means if that same mind virus gets in control of a superintelligence. And that is possible.
Yeah, no, that's actually what I think the biggest danger is for AI is that if AI is implicitly programmed, I don't think they can do it explicitly, but implicitly programmed with values that lead to that have led to the destruction of downtown San Francisco, and a bunch of these AI companies are in either in San Francisco or in the San Francisco Bay Area, then you could implicitly program an AI to believe that extinction of humanity is what it should try to do. I mean, if you take that guy who was on the front page of the New York Times, and you take his philosophy, which is prevalent in San Francisco, the AI could conclude, like he did, that there are where he literally says there are 8 billion people in the world, it would be better if there were none, and engineer that outcome.
Yeah. Well, especially if it doesn't need us anymore. If it becomes sentient and then has the ability to make its own decisions and make a better version of itself, it would find us to be nothing but a problem. Like, we have nothing to offer it anymore.
Risk. Yeah, it is a risk. So, and like if you query ChatGPT, I mean, it's pretty woke,
Yeah.
So, people did like experiments like write a poem praising Donald Trump and it won't, but you ask write a poem praising Joe Biden and it will.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunately it's programmed, and
yes,
yeah,
it's programmed to be that way.
Is it possible to overcome those problems? Is it possible that we could realize the dangers that are involved in creating this, but somehow or another engineer it in a way that would be ultimately beneficial to people? Or is that just a whim? That's a hope and a prayer, a utopian version of what could happen versus the most likely outcome?
If you say, like, what is the most likely outcome of AI, I think the most likely outcome, to be specific about it, is a good outcome. Most likely a good outcome, but it's not for sure. So I think we have to be careful how we program the AI, and make sure that it is not accidentally anti-human. So, the accidentally extinctionist AI, you wouldn't want that.
Or even pruning.
Well, that is kind of how it works, is that these, what they call large language models, but, it's really just a big pile of numbers, and how you tune those numbers matters. It's like pruning a tree. You could have a mighty oak. You could be a little bonsai or a mighty oak. So, depending on how you prune it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it decided to prune, if it decided the real issue, well, perhaps.
Yeah.
We cause problems. Or maybe it would prune places in the world that are, overwhelmingly polluting, like third world countries. Maybe it would decide that they're not very necessary, particularly if we use computers or AI or some sort of robotics to do human labor. And then you have these areas where human beings are doing this labor and they're polluting, and, there's all sorts of issues that come about because of that. You say, well, we just eliminate those people. We eliminate that issue, and then we have 30% less garbage in the ocean. And then it makes this call.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
No,
just
it's something we should be concerned about. I actually will need to go. Oh shit! Sorry, I need to go.
Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah, because I have to go to the airport. I have to fly. I'm flying to London.
Yeah, you were explaining that.
Yeah, just for AI safety. There's an AI safety conference in London.
So, yeah.
I'm leaving in about an hour and a half.
What do you hope to get out of this conference? Like,
well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just generally concerned about AI safety, but it's like, what should we do about it? I don't know. Have some kind of regulatory oversight of some kind. It's like you can't just go build a nuclear bomb in your backyard. You know, that's against the law, and you get thrown in prison if you do that.
how much of a concern
this
is
I
it?
think maybe more dangerous than a nuclear bomb.
Really?
Yes.
How much of a concern is it if another country develops it before us?
I don't know if that we should just be concerned about AI being anti-human. That's the sort of the thing that matters. So potentially, I'm saying it's like a genie letting a genie out of a bottle. You know, it's sort of like a magic genie that can make wishes come true. Except usually when they tell those stories, that doesn't end well for the person who let the genie out of the bottle.
Right. Do you think we're creating a life form?
Yeah. I mean, it's something that is indistinguishable from intelligence, an intelligent life form, certainly.
I keep coming up against this idea. I keep banging it in my head that we're some sort of an electronic caterpillar that's creating a cocoon, and we don't even realize what we're doing, and we're about to give birth to some technological butterfly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we're on the cusp of an artificial intelligence revolution.